don't know what I should do, and I wish you would be right here with me. My mind is filled with pictures of when we used to dance, but now I don't know where you are. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost all my chances, I know that I am too late. I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, now it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you. My heart keeps on bleeding, I have scars, the ones not healing. They're all there because of you. It's my fault, I messed it up, and I should have treated you much better, so much better. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost all my chances, I know that I am too late. I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, I know it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you. Tick tock, the clock keeps ticking. Don't know what I should do. I wish you would be right here with me. I'm thinking of you, thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, now it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you.
Good morning, friends. I did decide to come on live this morning, very last minute. I was going to do a video showing my May entry, but then I thought, I could probably just do it live. Good morning, Reagan. How are you? So I thought, I can just do it live, and that way, to be quite honest, I don't have to edit. I was being lazy. Um, I don't have that much time to record and edit right now. So going live is really my easy way out of doing that. So how are you doing? Oh yeah, 3 p.m. I don't have to think about that anymore. I'm retired, so I'm off work all the time. It's just fun for me. In fact, I was at my mom's yesterday and we were talking about how one day just blends into the other and we lose track of time, and before you know it, it's the next month and it's the next year. And she's like, when you're retired, it just goes so quickly. And I said, Mom, but I'd much rather be retired than working. And she said, Yep, I agree. Oh, you'll be retired as of June 30th. Yay, good for you. So excited for you. It is the best thing I ever did. And mind you, I worked for a school district, and so you can, at least here in California, when you work for a school district, you can retire at age, you could really retire at age 50, but you don't get the same benefits as if you wait till you're 55. So I retired as soon as I turned 55 because that way I got my pension, of course, but then my employer, the school district I worked for, pays for my medical benefits until I'm 65. So that's the big hold until 55, because the contract with that district is you have to be 55 and have 15 years of service credit, which I did. I had almost 30 years. So that's what I did. And I used to think, oh no, I'll work till I'm 65. I don't want to retire at 55. Man, 55 could not come fast enough for me. So as soon as it hit, as soon as that birthday happened, I was gone. And best thing I ever did. So let me show you real quickly what I made, because then I'll be heading out to my mom's after this, probably. So, quick story. On what's today, Friday? On Wednesday night, I went to upload my picture of my 15 or 18 cards into. Oh, very good. Good for him. And thank him for his service. Yes, it's nice when you have that military retirement. My son is a Marine, and so he has the benefits of the military. If I get bored, yeah, I used to think that too. If I get bored, I'll just get a part-time job somewhere. I'm not bored, guys. I'm busier, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Reagan, you're gonna be busier when you retire than when you were working, because then you're trying to do all the things you put off till retirement. And like, my kids know I'm retired, my grandkids know I'm retired, and it's, hey mom, can you pick up so and so from school, or hey grandma, can you give me a ride here, or one thing or another. So I'm much busier now than when I was working, but I wouldn't have it any other way. um and in fact, let me go back to that. That's why I did the YouTube channel, because I didn't want to get bored. And a couple years before I retired, there was talk of laying my position off. And so I was trying to get ready for, okay, I got to figure something out. And then position didn't get laid off, and 2 years passed and I retired. So that's how my YouTube started. It was just me thinking, um, right? And then trips. Oh, trips are fun. So it was me thinking, I have to have something to do when I'm not working. Right, Vicky? Welcome, my friend. Welcome. So, yeah, I love being retired. And, when you can retire young, and I mean, you're 50, Reagan, that's very young. Good for you. Um, you really can enjoy retirement. I had a friend or a colleague. She worked until she was in her late 70s. And it's not that she couldn't afford to retire, she could. She just didn't have much family. One of her children lived in another country. The other child had unfortunately passed away, and so she was really all alone. And so work was it for her. And she retired in her late 70s, had a few wonderful years of retirement, and then unfortunately passed. So retiring young, with any luck, you get a good number of years of being retired and enjoying that time off. Oh, Reagan, I'll have to see if I'm subscribed to you. I might be. I think I might be. I'll take a look. And if not, in fact, let me go look. Let me go look. Let's see. Uniquely Reagan handcrafted. A second. I'm not typing right. I can look at that real quick. Regan handcrafted cards. There you are. Let me see. Find you. Where are you? Why is it not showing? Huh. My computer is being silly. You know what? I'm gonna find you later and be sure I'm subscribed. And if I'm not, I will, okay? Of course, my friend. Anything I can do to support my crafty friends. So anyways, I was saying, I went to upload my picture of 18 cards into the InLinkz party for the month, and I realized I didn't do my set for May. So I was like, oh my goodness, how could I have not done it? How could I have missed that? So that was Wednesday night. Of course, it was late. I was already in bed. And then Thursday, yesterday, um, I just sat down and cranked through these cards, and I just like cut and put together cards as quickly as I could. Um, and I got them done. I got them done. So I'm happy I did that. I took all my pictures. I'll upload it today after we're done here. But let me show you what papers I used. So I used the Peachy Mint Bliss paper pad from the Not Too Shabby shop. Oh, and I linked to the Not Too Shabby shop in the description box just in case. Um, this one is still in stock. I checked right before we came on live. This one was still in stock. And then I used the Rise and Recharge ephemera. You can see I don't have too many left. And then this one is still in stock. I also used for some of my background or my matte layers, I used this Awakening paper pad. I couldn't find this one, friends. I'm so sorry, but this is the one I used. And Not Too Shabby has tons of gorgeous papers. And then I used this Bloomin' Sentiments stamp set. Excuse me. Couldn't find this one either, guys. But like I said, Not Too Shabby has a ton of gorgeous stuff. I just grabbed what, I went through my Not Too Shabby bin and just pulled stuff out and decided to cut papers and make cards because I knew I wanted to finish them quickly. I didn't want to have to stamp and color images. So I wanted to get it done fast. In any case, let's go through my cards. Yeah. So make sure they don't fall. Put the pile off to the side. Here is sketch number 1. Oh, and then for some of my matte layers, like for this scallop circle, I use some matte foil paper I have from the 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop. So I did link to that as well. And I linked to Kendra's card challenge in case you'd like to join in on the fun. So here, this foil is from that 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop. Here, this flag here was from that Awakenings paper pad. So that's what I did. Because at first I thought, let me get some cardstock, but none of the cardstock I had in my stash really, I don't know, I didn't like the way this is kind of a peachy, pinky color. And my pinks were too pink, my peaches were too orange. So I thought, I'll just use some pattern paper. And that's what I did. So I stamped the sentiment on this circle, and then I did this scallop circle there from that matte foil. And then I trimmed down this piece of ephemera just a little bit so that she could fit here on the lower part of the card. Now, friends, I did not decorate the insides this time. I was trying to run through. Yeah, I like the pockets, my little sleeves. That keeps me organized. So as I cut my papers, I sort them. So I'll cut paper A, and then I'll sort it into the different sketch pockets I have, and then I'll do the same for each of the papers. Then I'll go back and cut all my matte layers or additional pieces of paper I need, put those in there. Then I'll go back and choose all my ephemera or stamp sets and get those in there, and then add the what are they called? Card bases in there as well. So I have everything there. So when I do it with plenty of time, like for example, let's say I actually start my June kit or June set at the beginning of June. I pick out my papers, I cut them all out on one day, then I'll come back another day and pick all my matte layers or my other cardstock and um, lay those all out and sort all those out. Sorry, my light doesn't seem to be very bright today, you guys. I'm noticing. And so it usually takes me a few days to kind of um, figure out. I'm trying to fix my lights, guys. Sort all my stuff so that I have them in sleeves. And then, I might work on, 2 or 3 cards in one day and then go back another day and work on another few cards. So to get everything done in one day was work for me. It took me time. And it was a disaster on my craft desk. It was a disaster because I was just like throwing scraps off to the side and, and then digging through them to try and find, oh, I have a scrap I can use for this next card. Actually, I'm not going to put it back in the sleeve. I'll leave that up here. Okay, so that's sketch number 1. Here is sketch number 2. And I think I stuck to the sketches pretty closely this time around. Sometimes I change them, but I stuck to it pretty closely. So here again, I used more of that matte foil as the background or the matte layers. And here, I don't know if you could tell, but let me go closer. Instead of a cardstock layer behind here, I used some of my Love from Lizzie peel-offs that I had in my stash. So I used those. And then I used some Gina K inks I have to stamp these. What did I use? Let me see if because I put everything away before thinking about the video. I used, but I remember which one it was, Peach Bellini for that, some of the sentiments, and what was the other one I used? I think it was Emerald Coast for the rest. So this is card sketch number 2. And I just love how these papers feel so serene, so calming. And so I really love these papers. That's sketch number 2. And then here is sketch number 3. I think this one I did change up a bit. I moved the little sentiment flag over to the right, and I just put this little piece of ephemera, this little girl, and she reminds me of Jamie, the owner of the Not Too Shabby shop. She just has that same little beautiful smile and just so pretty. And then I added some enamel dots here, some that I had in my stash from the Not Too Shabby shop. I can tell you which ones because I'm telling you, I was throwing things around, grabbing one packet, looking for a color that coordinated, and that's what I did there. Here I did use just some plain cardstock I had in my stash. And I thought about adding like some shimmer to some of the ephemera or some glossy accents. But like I said, I was trying to get them all done yesterday so that I could get them uploaded in time because the deadline is tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow. Okay, so that's sketch number 3. Here is sketch number 4. See, I stuck to the sketch. And again, using more of that matte foil. Same with this black one. I brought in a little bit of black. Oh, and this paper back here, it's funny. It's kind of like an embossed gold paper, and it's not cardstock thickness. I don't even think I have any. I might have one scrap left of that. It was something that came in my most recent 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop haul. Let me see if I have any scraps of that in my bin here. And I just loved it, and I thought, okay, I'm going to use that because the gold on there it looks good with the papers I was using. Trying to see, guys, if I have one little scrap of that left. I think I had one. Yeah, I had one little strip left. See if I can show it to you. See, so it's just paper weight. It's not cardstock weight. But I love the shade of gold and the embossing on here. It's kind of like a wood grain. Can you tell? I don't think you could tell. Hold on, right about there, you might be able to tell. So I use that. Excuse me. Hello, my friend. How are you? Yeah, everything coordinated really well. I was happy with the way everything came out. And so then again, I added some enamel dots here. And I liked having the birthday sentiment because I can always use birthday cards. Okay, so then here is sketch number 5. Oh, here you can see that paper more. I used that here, that gold one I was telling you about. And then I used some of this matte foil, pink matte foil. I just think they turned out great. And then for my layer here, I use that Awakenings paper pad because let me show you. What did I do with it? I mean, they don't have it in stock, which makes me sad, but you can look for something similar. So this paper pad had a lot of papers that had like this alcohol ink marbling type of look to it. So that's why I chose a bunch of these papers to use as matte layers and add those to these papers. Put that aside. Okay, so this is sketch, where are we? Number 5, right? Then here's number 6. And I'll do a little, once I'm done here, guys, if you want to stick around to kind of see still photos, I'll add some still photos at the end. So here's sketch number 6 that I do. This is the one I chose for all my super sponsor hops this quarter. And we've got a couple more super sponsor hops coming up in June. Look. So more enamel dots, lots of pattern paper. I just think it turned out so beautifully. So that's sketch number 6. Okay, sketch number 7. And obviously you can see when I'm done with my cards, I put them back in these pockets until I've taken all the pictures, I've done my video, until everything's done. Then I can take them out of the pockets and put them away. So here's number 7. And you'll see I think I used ephemera on most of them. There's a couple I didn't use ephemera on. But here I stamped directly on this pattern paper. I used some more of my Left from Lazy peel-offs here between the strips of pattern paper. So you can tell here. Let's take a peek. Yeah, see here's that strip, and then up between these strips I added more. So that's number, where are we? 7. Okay, number 8. And I'm not going to go too long this morning, guys. I got a busy Friday ahead of me. Here's number 8. And here I use some more of that gold embossed paper as the background. And some of them I actually left without a sentiment. And I did that intentionally. Because this one, I don't know if I want it to be a, thinking of you, get well, happy birthday. It could be a lot of different things. So I'm leaving this without a sentiment for the time being, and then I can add one later. But here you see more of those Left from Lazy peel-offs. There's more of that Awakenings paper in the background. And see, nothing on the inside. I might go back with what I have left of the ephemera and scraps of pattern paper and add those to the inside once I'm done with all the organizing of this stuff and uploading. All right. So here I stamped and embossed this sentiment here, because since this is like a slippery paper, the ink wasn't going to dry, at least not fast enough for me. So this is number 9. Stuck to it pretty well. I did add a little piece of ephemera on this bottom corner. I thought about adding enamel dots, but then I thought, you know what, just quit while you're ahead. Quit while you're ahead. Oh, thank you, my friend. So sweet of you. Okay, that's number 9. This is why I keep them in the sleeves, because I don't want to mix up which sketch is which sketch. All right, here's number 10. Oh, let me show you what I did different on number 10. So this is all these circles, right? So for the center circle, instead of doing that, I used a piece of ephemera, but I did use all the other circles in the background. And again, I didn't put a sentiment on this one. I wanted to leave it open for when I needed a card for different occasions. Okay, that's number 10. Number 11. This is the one that takes me the longest to put together, guys. I've used Lynn's technique. I've used, I don't know how many techniques, but This is the one that takes me the longest to put together because of all these crisscrossing little strips of paper. And then I brought in more of that matte black foil there, sat her right there, and just put thinking of you. And I love the way this turned out. Like, it took me forever to put together, but I love the way it turned out. Okay, number 12. 12, 12, 12. This one I stuck real close to the sketch. So the only difference, I guess, is adding this ephemera here. But just love it. I think what makes me happy with cards I make usually is the pattern paper. If I have beautiful pattern papers, I mean, you can't mess it up. I can't mess it up anyway, the sketches, because the papers do all the work for you. And then because you have these beautiful pieces of ephemera, that just adds to it. Isn't she cute? Looks just like Jamie. Okay, here's sketch 13. And this one, I had this piece of ephemera, and then there was that sentiment that says, "Stay strong, my friend." See, she's lifting weights. So I put that one there, and then I added some enamel dots. Like this one, I'm probably going to send off to my friend in Florida, just a reminder to stay strong. Sometimes life gets away from us, and whew, sometimes it can be overwhelming. All right, then we have sketch 14. We're in the home stretch, guys, home stretch. And this one, so see here, it says any shape, but she has an oval on the sketch, or Kendra has an oval on the sketch, but I just went with a rectangle because I was trying to avoid too much die cutting. It was just going to take too much time. And then I stamped or heat embossed the sentiment directly on this paper, a little happy birthday. And I think it turned out great. Like big, beautiful eyes, just like Jamie. That's all I could say. And last but not least, sketch 15, which makes 4 cards. So usually with Kendra's card challenge, it's 15 sketches, 15 cards, and you submit your picture of your 15 cards to enter the challenge. But this time it's still 15 sketches, but sketch 15 makes 4 cards. So you're making a total of 18 cards. So you have to enter your photo of all 18 cards to enter the challenge. But these ones were pretty quick and simple. I didn't do too much to them. Like these I left without a sentiment because I figure I can add a sentiment here in the bottom corner. And I added some enamel dots, matted this on some of that matte foil cardstock. And then I did pop up the ephemera, so that's on foam tape on these. And I think they turn out great. Like this one could be thinking of you, get well soon, happy birthday, love you, just because, like all those different reasons. I love this. These little ephemera they got me. I'm going to have to order another pack because mine's almost done. Almost. So there's my 18 cards, guys. I know I came on here very last minute. So if you're catching the replay, thank you. If you were here live, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Does anyone have any questions for me before I kind of show you the still photos of all the cards? Let me take a peek. I know it's a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to give it a second or two. And actually take a drink of water. All righty, I don't see any questions. So my next scheduled live is Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific. And I'm going to be playing with the goodies I got from the Spellbinders clubs that I signed back up for. So I got the small die of the month, which is these adorable school themed dies. Got the stencil of the month, which is these pencils. And then I got the Clear Stampin' Die of the Month, which are these cute crayons here. Let me show you the flip side. Yeah, these crayons. So I'm not sure which of these I'll use. Kind of have to play with what I want to do in my mind. Oh, the ladybugs are cute too. Love the ladybugs. So that'll be Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific, okay? But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the still shots of my cards as I let you go. And everybody have a wonderful, beautiful weekend. Thanks for watching.
Tick-tock, the clock keeps ticking. I don't know what I should do, and I wish you would be right here with me. My mind is filled with pictures of when we used to dance, but now I don't know where you are. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost all my chances, I know that I am too late. I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, now it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you. My heart keeps on bleeding. I have scars, the ones not healing. They're all there because of you. It's my fault, I messed it up, and I should have treated you much better, so much better. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost all my chances, I know that I am too late. I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, I know it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you. Tick-tock, the clock keeps ticking. Don't know what I should do. I wish you would be right here with me. I'm thinking of you, thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, now it's too late.